Gary Trendle, Chair of the Hopkinton Planning Board. I'd like to provide you with a quick recap from our August 8th, 2022 meeting. So as far as the agenda goes, we had one new public hearing and we had a number of administrative items. I'll get to those in a moment, but I'll start with the new public hearing. It's a site plan review for 83 East Main Street. And this is the property over on East Main and Legacy Farms North. It's the white, largely dilapidated building. And the applicant has come forward with a proposal to, number one, tear down and rebuild the existing house in its current form, but something that is more up to current building codes and is more energy efficient. And this is something that actually the Historic Commission has already weighed in on and is supportive. And then secondly, this is the part that's relevant to the planning board, is they're proposing a 3-unit or 3 townhomes also on that property. So at the meeting on Monday, we went through the initial overview of the project. We planned a site walk for 8 a.m. on August 20th. I think in general, the board acknowledges that this is an allowable use for that site. And basically what they're doing is, as the Legacy Farms Osmond, as they've reduced the total number of 55 and older units on one portion, they actually have some additional units that they can build out, and that's why it conforms. As a planning board, we had some caution just with regards to how it's going to look and how it's going to fit in. It is a very exposed piece of property. It's kind of, to the planning board, it feels kind of like a random 3 units that are dropped in. So we've asked the applicant to think through how they can do a better job of making that proposal fit in with the landscape, fit in with Legacy Farms and Weston Nurseries, and in general, the part of East Main Street that it's located on. So no decisions were made on that, but we did schedule the site walk and we continued the hearing to our next meeting. On the administrative items, we had a number of them. The first is that one of our longstanding members has resigned. So Dave Paul, many of you probably know him. He's lived in Hopkinton for a really long time. He's actually relocated out of Hopkinton and as a result has resigned from his seat. So we'll be looking for someone to apply for an appointment, which would carry through the next election cycle. We had a stormwater management permit determination for Eversource. They've actually asked to clear a bit more, an extra 15 feet of land behind the fence to provide better security and whatnot. And we determined that that was a minor change, so that it was something they could move forward with. And as we looked at the visuals and illustrations, it was, in our view, a very minor change, and actually would have a reduced effect on stormwater management. We had a couple of topics with regards to the Franklin Road solar project, largely with regards to determining the various bonds that they need to put forth. So one of the things that the applicant has to do is put forth a bond that, in case they don't take care of it and they no longer own the land, they have some money set aside to decommission the site. So we updated the bond total for them, working with our town represented engineers and their engineers. And then we did the same thing for their landscaping plan to make sure that the landscaping they put in, if it, again, if it doesn't survive, if there's problems with it, then the town has some resources that they can use to pay for updates or maintenance or whatnot. And then the third one is with regards to stormwater. The stormwater system, and this one is really focused on management of that stormwater system. Again, if it's not taken care of, or if for some reason the applicant is negligent, then they've already put money into an account that the town could access in order to pay for the appropriate maintenance of the site. The last 2 administrative items, we went ahead and endorsed the subdivision plans for Connolly Farm open space subdivision plan. That's relatively straightforward. And then we also approved our meeting minutes from our June 21st meeting, which was a joint meeting between the select board and the planning board. So that's my recap. If you have any questions, you can always reach out. If you have interest in the East Main Street site walk, you can, that is available to the public, and you can arrive at 8 a.m. on August 20th. And if not, then we'll see you in a couple of weeks.